The political world was shaken today by explosive allegations that former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi referred to Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell as a spineless coward during a private dinner party with high-profile Democratic donors. The remark, reportedly overheard by multiple attendees, has sent shockwaves through Washington and ignited a media firestorm. The dinner, held at an upscale San Francisco estate, was intended to be a quiet gathering of influential figures in the Democratic Party to discuss upcoming strategy for the 2024 elections. However, according to sources close to the event, the evening took a dramatic turn when Pelosi was asked about McConnell's recent legislative maneuvers. "He's the master of doing nothing while pretending to do everything," Pelosi allegedly said, her voice dripping with disdain. The former speaker reportedly went on to criticize McConnell's handling of key Senate negotiations, calling him the ultimate example of political cowardice and accusing him of hiding behind procedure to avoid taking a stand on anything that matters. The alleged remarks were met with gasps and scattered laughter from the room, as attendees exchanged incredulous looks. One source described the atmosphere as awkward but electric, with some guests unsure whether Pelosi's comments were meant to be taken seriously or as a moment of frustration. According to one attendee, Pelosi didn't stop there. She reportedly continued, "He's not a leader, he's a roadblock. Mitch McConnell has done more to stall progress in this country than anyone else in modern history. It's spineless, and it's shameful." The comment, which quickly spread among attendees and eventually leaked to the press, has reignited the long-standing rivalry between Pelosi and McConnell. The two veteran lawmakers have clashed repeatedly over the years, with Pelosi often criticizing McConnell's legislative tactics and refusal to bring certain bills to a vote. Republicans were quick to react, with McConnell's office dismissing the report as unsubstantiated gossip and accusing Pelosi of trying to deflect attention from her party's internal divisions. If Speaker Pelosi spent half as much time working on solutions as she does on insults, maybe the American people wouldn't be suffering under Democratic leadership, a McConnell spokesperson said in a statement. The alleged remark has also drawn mixed reactions from Democrats. While some have praised Pelosi for speaking candidly about what they see as McConnell's obstructionist tactics, others have expressed concern that her words could inflame partisan tensions at a time when bipartisan cooperation is desperately needed. "This kind of rhetoric doesn't help anyone," said one moderate Democrat who requested anonymity. "We need to focus on getting things done, not trading insults at private events." Progressives, however, have rallied behind Pelosi's reported comments, framing them as a long-overdue critique of a lawmaker they see as the ultimate symbol of Republican obstructionism. "Nancy Pelosi said what we've all been thinking," one progressive activist tweeted. "Mitch McConnell has held this country back for decades." Social media has erupted with reactions to the story, with hashtags like #SpinelessCoward and #Pelosi vs. McConnell trending nationwide. Memes depicting McConnell as a turtle hiding in his shell have gone viral, while conservatives have fired back with memes portraying Pelosi as out of touch and vindictive. Late-night comedians have also jumped on the story, with one joking, "Nancy Pelosi calling Mitch McConnell a spineless coward? That's like the pot calling the kettle." Well, you know. For her part, Pelosi has remained silent on the matter, neither confirming nor denying the alleged remarks. However, sources close to her suggest that she has no regrets about her comments. "Nancy doesn't mince words," said one longtime aide. "If she said it, it's because she believes it." McConnell, meanwhile, has avoided addressing the controversy directly, focusing instead on his legislative agenda. However, during a recent press conference, he appeared to take a subtle jab at Pelosi, saying, "Some people prefer name-calling over problem-solving. That's not how we operate in the Senate." The incident has also sparked broader discussions about the state of American politics and the role of personal animosities in shaping the legislative process. "This isn't just about Pelosi and McConnell," said one political analyst. "It's a reflection of the deep divisions and lack of trust that define our current political system." Critics of Pelosi have accused her of perpetuating the very dysfunction she claims to oppose. "This kind of rhetoric only deepens the partisan divide," said one conservative commentator. "It's no wonder Congress can't get anything done." Supporters, however, argue that Pelosi's remarks shine a light on a crucial issue: the role of Senate leadership in stalling progress on key legislation. "McConnell has been a roadblock to progress for years," said a Democratic strategist. "Pelosi is simply stating the obvious." The controversy has also drawn attention to the larger power dynamics in Washington, with some suggesting that Pelosi's remarks reflect a frustration shared by many Democrats over McConnell's influence. "He may be in the minority now, but Mitch McConnell still wields enormous power," said one historian. "And that power has often been used to block Democratic priorities." As the story continues to dominate headlines, questions remain about its potential impact on the upcoming 2024 elections. Will Pelosi's remarks energize Democratic voters, or will they backfire by alienating moderates and independents? And how will McConnell's team leverage the controversy to rally Republican support? For now, the incident serves as a reminder of the personal and ideological battles that continue to define American politics. Whether it becomes a defining moment in the Pelosi-McConnell rivalry or fades into the background remains to be seen. Stay tuned, because in the ever-dramatic world of Washington politics, this dinner party comment may just be the beginning of a much larger story. As the story of Nancy Pelosi's alleged spineless coward remark about Mitch McConnell continues to unfold, the fallout has escalated into a full-blown political spectacle. With each passing day, more voices weigh in on the controversy, turning a quiet dinner party into a national flashpoint in the ongoing battle between Democrats and Republicans. While Pelosi has neither confirmed nor denied the comments, insiders suggest that the remark may not have been an isolated moment of frustration but rather a deliberate critique of McConnell's long-standing leadership style. "Nancy doesn't just throw words around lightly," said a former staffer. "If she said it, it's because she wanted to send a message." On Capitol Hill, the controversy has become the talk of the town, with lawmakers from both parties using the incident to score political points. Progressive Democrats have rallied around Pelosi, praising her for calling out what they see as McConnell's obstructionist tactics. "It's about time someone said it," tweeted Representative Ilhan Omar. Mitch McConnell has been blocking progress for decades. Conservatives, however, have seized on the story as evidence of Pelosi's alleged divisiveness. "This is classic Pelosi," said Senator Josh Hawley. "She's more interested in tearing people down than lifting the country up." McConnell, true to form, has remained characteristically reserved in his public response. At a recent press conference, he sidestepped direct questions about Pelosi's alleged comment, instead focusing on the Senate's legislative agenda. However, observers noted a subtle dig in his remarks. Leadership isn't about who shouts the loudest, it's about delivering results. The incident has also reignited debates about the relationship between Pelosi and McConnell, two of the most powerful figures in modern American politics. While the two have clashed frequently over the years, their personal animosity has rarely been as public as it is now. "This isn't just political theater," said one historian. "It's a clash of two fundamentally different visions for the country." Social media remains a battleground for supporters and detractors of both leaders. Hashtags like #SpinelessCoward, #PelosiMeltdown, and #McConnellObstruction have trended for days, with users passionately debating the merits of Pelosi's alleged critique. One viral tweet read, "Nancy Pelosi just said what we've all been thinking. Mitch McConnell is the king of saying no to progress." Conservative influencers have fired back, accusing Pelosi of hypocrisy and pointing to moments in her own career where critics argue she prioritized party politics over governance. "Pot, meet kettle," one prominent conservative commentator tweeted. "Pelosi's got no room to talk about courage or leadership." The controversy has also spilled over into late-night television, with comedians taking shots at both Pelosi and McConnell. One host joked, "Nancy Pelosi calling Mitch McConnell spineless is like Godzilla calling King Kong a little guy. They're both monsters in their own way." Political analysts are divided on the potential impact of the controversy. Some believe Pelosi's alleged remark will energize the Democratic base, rallying progressives who are frustrated with McConnell's role in blocking key legislation. Others worry that the comment could backfire, alienating moderate voters who are tired of partisan bickering. For McConnell, the incident represents a unique challenge. While he has built his reputation on being an unflappable tactician, the spineless coward label has struck a nerve among his critics, who see it as a fitting description of his leadership style. "McConnell's brand has always been about playing the long game," said one political analyst. But this moment has put a spotlight on the cost of that strategy. The controversy has also drawn attention to Pelosi's legacy as she approaches the twilight of her political career. While her allies see her as a trailblazer who has fought tirelessly for Democratic priorities, her detractors argue that her combative style has contributed to the polarization of American politics. "Nancy Pelosi will go down in history as a fighter," said one Democratic strategist. "Whether you like her or not, she's always stood her ground." Behind closed doors, party leaders are reportedly grappling with how to handle the fallout. Democratic operatives are working to frame Pelosi's alleged comment as a rallying cry for action on stalled legislation, while Republican strategists are using it to paint Democrats as out of touch and overly aggressive. The controversy has also sparked renewed interest in the larger dynamics of congressional leadership. For years, Pelosi and McConnell have been seen as two sides of the same coin, deeply entrenched political operators who have shaped the modern legislative landscape. Their rivalry has defined much of the last decade in American politics, and this latest incident has only heightened the stakes. Public opinion polls conducted in the wake of the controversy reveal a deep partisan divide. Among Democrats, a majority view Pelosi's alleged remark as justified, with many describing McConnell as the ultimate roadblock to progress. Among Republicans, however, the comment has been met with outrage, with 78% of respondents saying it reflects Pelosi's toxic approach to leadership. The controversy has also reignited discussions about the role of personal relationships in politics. While Pelosi and McConnell have rarely seen eye to eye, their ability to work together on issues like COVID-19 relief has occasionally defied expectations. Whether this incident will permanently damage their working relationship remains to be seen. For younger voters, the controversy has become a rallying point for political engagement. Social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram have been flooded with posts dissecting the incident and encouraging activism. One viral video captioned, "Nancy versus Mitch, the ultimate showdown," has racked up millions of views. The incident has also inspired a wave of satirical content, with political cartoonists and parody accounts imagining a fictional boxing match between Pelosi and McConnell. One cartoon depicted Pelosi in boxing gloves labeled "Progress" and McConnell holding a shield labeled "Filibuster." As the nation continues to react, the story has taken on a life of its own, overshadowing other political news and dominating the media cycle. Cable news networks have devoted hours of coverage to analyzing the incident, with panels of commentators debating its implications. For Pelosi, the controversy has provided an opportunity to rally her base and emphasize the urgency of passing key Democratic priorities. At a recent public appearance, she said, "We cannot let obstructionists hold this country back. It's time to act." McConnell, meanwhile, has used the incident to double down on his role as a defender of conservative values. In a recent op-ed, he wrote, "Leadership isn't about insults. It's about standing firm in the face of bad policy. I'll continue to fight for what's right, no matter what names I'm called." As the dust begins to settle, one thing is clear. The controversy has reignited the rivalry between Pelosi and McConnell, turning a quiet dinner party into a national spectacle. Whether it becomes a defining moment in their careers or a fleeting distraction remains to be seen. For now, the nation watches and waits, eager to see how this latest chapter in the Pelosi-McConnell saga will unfold. With the 2024 elections on the horizon, the stakes have never been higher for two of the most powerful figures in American politics. Stay tuned, because in the high-stakes world of Washington, this story is far from over. The battle between Pelosi and McConnell is just heating up, and its outcome could shape the future of the nation. The Pelosi-McConnell controversy has continued to dominate headlines, with the alleged spineless coward comment becoming a flashpoint for larger discussions about leadership, obstruction, and the state of Congress. What began as a quiet remark at a private dinner has now escalated into one of the most dramatic political showdowns in recent memory. Democratic leaders have subtly shifted their tone in the aftermath, leaning into Pelosi's alleged remark as a rallying cry for progressive legislation. During a press briefing, Senator Chuck Schumer referred to the controversy indirectly, stating, "The American people are tired of obstruction. It's time for Congress to act boldly and decisively." On the Republican side, McConnell has found himself both defended and critiqued. While his allies praise him for remaining above the fray, some conservative commentators have questioned whether his reserved response to Pelosi's alleged insult reflects weakness rather than strategy. "Silence isn't always golden," said one right-wing pundit. McConnell needs to fight back. Grassroots organizations have seized on the controversy to fuel their campaigns. Progressive groups are using the incident to highlight what they see as McConnell's role in blocking critical reforms on voting rights, healthcare, and climate change. Meanwhile, conservative organizations have framed Pelosi's remark as an example of the Democratic Party's alleged hostility and arrogance. The incident has also sparked debates within the Democratic Party, with some members urging Pelosi to directly address the controversy. "If we're going to criticize obstruction, we need to offer solutions," said one moderate Democrat. "We can't just rely on sound bites." Others, however, argue that Pelosi's alleged comment has already done its job, galvanizing progressive voters and drawing attention to McConnell's record. "Nancy Pelosi has always known how to play the long game," said one political strategist. This controversy is just another example of her ability to control the narrative. As the story has evolved, it has become a litmus test for public sentiment about Congress. Polling indicates that trust in both parties remains low, with many Americans expressing frustration over the lack of bipartisan cooperation. This controversy is a symptom of a larger problem, said one independent voter. Congress is broken. The media's relentless focus on the controversy has drawn criticism from some quarters, with commentators arguing that the coverage distracts from substantive policy debates. This isn't the kind of story that moves the needle on real issues, said one journalist. It's pure spectacle. Nevertheless, the story shows no signs of fading. Social media continues to churn out memes, hot takes, and debates, with each new development reigniting public interest. One viral thread on Twitter speculated about what Pelosi might say if she were to address the comment directly, with users jokingly suggesting responses like, "I said it, and I'll say it again." The incident has also inspired a wave of satirical content, including parody videos imagining Pelosi and McConnell squaring off in a debate. One particularly popular clip, titled "Spineless Coward vs. Steely Resolve," has racked up millions of views. Behind the scenes, tensions are reportedly running high in both parties. Democratic aides are said to be carefully crafting talking points to ensure that the controversy works to their advantage, while Republican strategists are using the incident to rally their base ahead of the midterms. The controversy has also drawn attention to the broader implications of political rhetoric. Some experts argue that the incident reflects a growing willingness among lawmakers to abandon decorum in favor of more confrontational tactics. The days of polite disagreement are over, said one historian. What we're seeing now is a new era of bare-knuckle politics. For younger voters, the controversy has become a symbol of what they see as the dysfunction of the political establishment. This is why we need fresh voices in Congress, said one activist. The old guard is too busy fighting each other to focus on the future. Despite the backlash, both Pelosi and McConnell appear to be sticking to their strategies. Pelosi has continued to emphasize the urgency of passing key legislation, while McConnell has doubled down on his role as a defender of conservative principles. Neither seems willing to back down. The controversy has also highlighted the stark ideological divide between Pelosi and McConnell. While Pelosi has framed her leadership as a fight for progress and equity, McConnell has positioned himself as a guardian of institutional tradition and restraint. These contrasting philosophies have made their rivalry one of the most enduring in modern politics. As the nation watches and waits for the next development, questions remain about how this controversy will impact the 2024 elections. Will Pelosi's alleged remark energize Democratic voters, or will it alienate moderates and independents? And how will McConnell leverage the controversy to reinforce his influence within the GOP? The controversy has also raised broader questions about the role of leadership in a deeply divided Congress. Can lawmakers like Pelosi and McConnell bridge the gap between their parties, or are such efforts doomed to fail in today's polarized political climate? For now, the incident serves as a stark reminder of the challenges facing Congress as it grapples with issues ranging from the debt ceiling to immigration reform. Whether the Pelosi-McConnell controversy becomes a catalyst for change or just another chapter in the saga of partisan gridlock remains to be seen. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is certain. The rivalry between Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell has become a defining feature of American politics, shaping the debates and decisions that will determine the nation's future. Stay tuned, because this is far from over. With the 2024 elections on the horizon and the stakes higher than ever, the Pelosi-McConnell controversy is sure to remain a focal point in the ongoing battle for control of Congress and the direction of the country.